Good morning to those who listen. It's March 24th, Friday, March 24th, 2023, 1:22 a.m. And I just wanted to say thank you for one, but I wanted to say that, when I said that I had a week, I don't want to sound like, like I literally have 1 week and I'm out, but I have 1 week to figure out what's going on, I guess. I have options. Uh, None of the options are the greatest options, but they are options. So Reflections was talking about having list some options. I've been kind of doing that anyway, trying to think of all the things that could possibly do. But yeah, I have some options. It's just some of the options I'm not sure will work. Like, I might be able to stay with the guy who moved out if he kicks out somebody else. And I don't know if he's going to do that. He's been saying he was going to for a while. That's an option. Otherwise, it's not. And then my friend, which is also the landlord, said I could stay there for a little while. So it's not like I'm going to be totally homeless right away, but it still could happen, depending on everything, But I just want everybody to know always. I always say this: no matter how much I worry and get stressed out and fearful of things that are coming, deep down inside, I know that God's going to be there and take care of me, and that includes everybody. He's going to take care of us all. Somehow, sometimes I just think it's how in the world is this going to work out? But you just gotta trust that God will work it out. Um, and I'm it's a real blessing to have you guys, you know, as my friend and believers in Jesus. It really does help, and no matter what, things will work out. And um, I was also blessed today, so don't worry. Um, I'm I'm okay, at least for the short time. And I'm sure once time goes by, it'll be good in the future too. I got a job, so I'm waiting to start this new job. And as long as the job goes okay, even though it's part time, it's enough to pay the bills. Well, I guess it depends on where I'm at, but for here it would be enough, at least for my share. I'm not sure what's happening. I already have the landlord though. He's having the his realtor come tomorrow and take pictures of the house because he's going to put it up for sale. So that's not good. I was hoping that the other roommate would come back, but he's scared of uh, taking off on the lease, breaking the lease. He's got 3 months left, but he paid a double deposit, which he wasn't supposed to. So I was telling him, I don't know if it's right or not, but I said, just go ahead and break the lease and come back and move in here. You'll be saving $500 a month. He's paying double over there at his new place, and the person that's staying with him isn't paying him any money, so he's not in the greatest of situations either over there. He has it covered because he has a really good job, but I mean, a lot of his money is being wasted. But he's worried about getting sued, so he doesn't want to skip out on the lease. But then this is also ruins his chances of being able to buy this house. he We were supposed to all go together, which me and the landlord did go, but my ex roommate forgot that it was today, so he didn't show up. But we got his information, and the banker looked it up, and his credit is not that bad. He just needs to pay off a credit card, and he should be able to get his credit good enough to get the loan to get the house. And the banker was saying it'll be like 6 months. Well, you know, I don't know. My friend, roommate, ex-roommate, he really just, I guess, just wants to stay there and finish the lease. But if he does, then the chance of him buying this house will be gone. At least I think it would be gone. I don't know. See, here's another thought I have, another option. If I could just get somebody to move in for a couple of months, I mean that's not really realistic. But if that could be another option. I mean, if somebody could, but who's going to do that? Especially in the spur of the moment when there's only a week left. I don't know what's going to. I don't. Here's another thing. People were worried that my landlord was just going to kick me out. I don't think that would happen. I think I would get the 30 days. I don't think the house would sell right away anyway. I mean it could, but before it goes all the way through, because there's got to be a lot of processes of the banks and stuff. Getting everything to go through. So I probably would have a good month to leave, but I don't know what my landlord would be able to do that. I don't know. I don't know what's going on exactly. But he wants to sell it as soon as possible because he has to pay his bills too, and uh, he's not doing so good either financially at the moment. He's waiting on some more decisions too from well, I won't know say it, but he's waiting on some possible. Uh, I won't even. I won't go into it. But he's got something that might come through, but that might not come through. And if it doesn't come through, then he's not going to have enough money to pay his bills. So we're both kind of in a predicament a little bit. And if you wouldn't mind, I really appreciate you guys saying prayers for me. It really helps a lot. Can you say a prayer for my landlord too, so he can get uh, the money he needs too, and maybe some way somehow that if something happened, so he's waiting to find this out, but he might not find out for a while, and that's what he's worrying about, that the money might not come through, and if it doesn't, then he's going to be in trouble. But if it does come through, maybe there would be some way that I never thought about this before, but maybe he could let me just stay here for the rent that I'm paying now, and he could get through until maybe this guy can move back and buy the house, because it's really not that hard for him to do if he just pays that credit card off, gets his credit a little bit better, saves up a little bit of money for the down payment, and he'd be able to buy the house. And then me and him would just live here, and then our payments would be even lower than what they are now. That's I guess, the goal. But everything I always say too is whatever God's will is, and I always say this, and I mean it. I don't care what God says. Hey, this is what I want you to do. I'll do it, and whatever it is, just please let me know, Lord. Sometimes I think that because the time thing, where so much time goes by and there's not much time left, and I'm thinking, God, you got to make a decision. I got to know what's going on soon. I would just like to know a little bit, ahead of time. If anything, I mean, I can't ask God for that, but it'd be nice to have a little, not to wait to the last minute. Where I always feel like, oh, I'm, gonna be homeless. This is gonna happen. I'm gonna be broke. Stuff like that. So another thing, just keep praying that my back holds out. I had a little problem with my back yesterday. I was looking for my social security card so I can show the employer, my ID and social security number and social security card. And when I was looking for it, I was sitting on the floor, and I twisted funny, and my back kind of went out. I'm like, oh. So it was really it was out. The chiropractor, I finally got to go to the chiropractor after 3 weeks, and he said my back was not in, was out. It was not, out, but, not right. So he kind of straightened it out. So I feel a lot better today. And I think that's why I think I was kind of sick the last few days, although I got more of a throat thing now going on. But I feel a lot better now, finally. I was just so wiped out for 2 days. I was just sleeping, 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 just no energy. And I really think it was, my back. Because it really seems hard to believe that I keep getting sick over and over and over, unless, it's the frequencies that some people say, yes, which I believe, yes, it could be. I always turn off my Wi-Fi at night, and I do not have any, devices at all in my bedroom. I keep them out in the living room, turn everything off. And well, on my phone, I turn on airplane mode, and then I turn it off, and then I turn off everything else. Unplug the Wi-Fi. So, but anyway, the main thing is, I'm sorry to keep going on, but the main thing is to always just believe in God that He'll get us through. Everybody is human. Everybody's gonna worry and be scared about certain things, but as long as you deep down, you trust God, I think that's okay. I mean, it's just normal to feel that way. But as long as we trust, that's what I think the main thing is. Because I think no matter what, even if it comes down to me, having to leave here, there's a plan. There's a will for whatever God's will is. I'm gonna do it, whatever it is. I hope something. A lot of times I always wonder. Am I supposed to be doing this? Am I supposed to move here? Am I supposed to be here? Am I supposed to be doing this job? Whatever. And I always think, am I doing things right? And I'm just trying to do everything by God's will. And I always tell God, please just let me do your will. So that's it, I guess. I just wanted to say that though. But whenever I'm asked for help and ask you to pray for me, no matter how desperate the situation is, just know that God's still gonna get me through, and He's just like He'll get everyone through. All we have to do is ask, and all we have to do is believe and trust. So there's my, I guess, encouragement for you guys. You guys always encourage me, so I really appreciate that. It helps me go. It helps me keep going. A lot of times I feel like giving up, and I get so tired, and especially when you're sick, you have no energy, you just feel like giving up. I had no energy the last couple of days. I'm just like, oh God, please can we just end this and get it over with? Not the end of the world. And then I'm thinking, I've been kind of thinking lately, kind of wishing that the blackout does happen tomorrow or today now. Not that it's selfish to wish that, but I just want God to come, Jesus to come back soon. It seems like a lot of people are suffering, and it's really hard to keep your hope up, because you just think it's just another day, another more agony, more misery. But we just got to believe that we're almost there. And just gotta wait a little bit more, and we'll be there, and we'll be out of here. So keep that in mind. No matter what, we're almost there. It's a little bit longer. And we'll be home. All right, love you guys. God bless. Thank you so much for praying for me. And don't worry, everything's gonna be okay, one way or the other. God will work it out. God is in control. God bless.